what you're about to see happened as a result of a phone call I made to a good friend of mine, a guy called Richard Nash, who some of you may know owns Richard Nash Cars in Norwich. He also owns Apex Car Rental. I just wanted to rent a car. What came out of it was a really uplifting story about some of the work Richard's been done since the pandemic has started, working with an organisation called Soul Foundation, where I had no idea whatsoever about this, but they've managed to deliver over 300,000 meals to people who are in food poverty, both in Norwich and the wider county of Norfolk, which I found quite astounding. It's a fantastic story, had a load of ups and downs. There's a bit in the middle where we start talking with a headmaster of a school who's benefited from the help that Richard's given. It's a great watch, please do watch it. Look, as I said, fascinating story, and it's a story of something that's happening now, is really in need of happening and needs to keep going through the summer. And the truth of it, we need your help to enable people to do that, for Richard to continue to build on an upsurging demand and meet the needs of a lot of vulnerable people in Norwich and Norfolk. So I hope you can watch it all the way through. It's a surely good watch, and here's what Richard had to say.
So, meanwhile, I'm a trustee of a charity called Soul Foundation. I've been working there today, so there's the badge. And one of the things we do lots of things, but one of the things is we deal with food distribution. So what does that look like? Well, normally, in usual times, that involves us having volunteers who turn up at supermarkets, normally at the end of day, and here's stuff that they're not going to sell now, and rather than going to landfill, they would rather give it away so that it can be used where it's needed. So we collect this food and we distribute it to families who are in basically food poverty, and there are a surprising number of them. Yep. The scale of that pre-crisis was probably food equivalent to about 1,000 meals a week.
Yep.
Come the crisis, it was clear that the need was going to be much, much greater. And to put it in context, some research by Norfolk Insight had identified, I think, that there were 25,000 families in food poverty. Sorry, it might be 25,000 people in food poverty in Norfolk before the crisis. So that number is going to be much, much higher now.
Can I guess?
So we knew that need. Sorry, say again.
Could you put a guess on what you think it is now?
John, your guess would be as good as mine. I mean, it's not just the people living on the council estates with low incomes and lots of kids and maybe unemployed. It's not just that anymore. It could be you or me.
Mm.
The self-employed couple who just started a new venture, or somebody who's just changed jobs. I was talking to somebody the other day, just come back to this country having lived in the States for a while, came back, suddenly no job, no income, no nothing. So it's, I mean, you can't, all the stereotypes are gone. It's people who look like you and me, people with the BMW in the drive that are used to going out for a meal 2 or 3 times a week. Suddenly, there's significant need, plus all of the people who traditionally were in poverty. So we knew that the scale of the problem was much greater than what we've been meeting anyway, and now the situation was much more serious. So we looked at how we could expand what we were doing, and we decided that we probably could do 30 times as much as we were doing, which sounds ambitious, but that was the goal, to get to 30,000 meals a week.
Right.
And clearly that sort of work doesn't come cheaply. So we went out and approached various charitable trusts to say, look, we want to do this. The need's there, we think the need's there, and we believe that we're well placed and well equipped to meet that need, but we do need the money. And we raised the money to cover that for 6 months. Fortunately, we're also managing to, John, I'm just going to stop because I've got a call back. I've got a call coming in from somebody that's going to be relevant. I missed him. Let me call him back, because this guy's the headmaster of Mile Cross School and he will know about what's happened today.
Okay. Just put him on speaker.
Hi, Stuart. Thanks for calling me back. So you got my message. I just wanted to try and understand what this business about the vouchers through the holiday means. Does it mean the need's gone away, or is it no?
We've been doing the vouchers since lockdown.
Yeah.
So this is just, for me wise, I'd already ordered some vouchers for the summer, and they have been fulfilled. So I'd already ordered some, pre-thinking. So what I'd done already, so we started right from week one ordering the vouchers. We were one of the first schools to get on board, and we're now into our sort of, obviously our 11th and 12th week of doing our vouchers. So for me, it's just a bonus for us, because we were, I'm able to then carry on and order the rest of the vouchers for the next 5 weeks of the holidays. But my parents have been ordering, what is it now, £3,585 worth of vouchers every single week for all of our families.
Wow.
So that includes all the food you guys are doing, everything Unite Community are doing, any other sort of deliveries and things like that we've been getting. So that makes the full package then, and it just ensures that no one goes hungry.
Yeah.
And for me wise, it was just a relief, because already I was looking at other forms of funding of how I could still get vouchers to families, but now it's a huge weight off my shoulders, and I just think absolutely, so that they'll get the full complement, the full offer. No one will go hungry over the summer holidays.
Brilliant. So is it accurate for me to say that while what's happened today is really, really welcome and is going to help thousands, millions of people across the country, nonetheless it isn't solving the problem, because there will be other family members who are not going to get fed if we don't carry on?
Correct.
Yeah.
But because even with that, remember, it's only £15 a week.
Yeah.
So that only provides that child with £15. So it's basically just providing them a lunch each day for 5 days.
Yeah.
So that's all it equates to. So it's not, it's a meager amount, but it is a huge addition to everything else that we're providing.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got to remember, although it seems like, oh, aren't the government wonderful? It is only £15 per child for the week.
Wow.
And you can imagine, that's not going to go far.
No.
So what you were talking about there was the bit about the Marcus Rashford, the government turning around today.
Yeah, which is clearly hugely useful, and well played that man, and what a brilliant example of how actually government opinion and decisions can be changed, and quite quickly, when there's enough of a groundswell of opinion, and that is going to make a huge difference to probably literally millions of kids, certainly hundreds of thousands of kids. But as Stuart just said, that's 5 lunches, that's 5 meals a week.
And just for the kids?
Just for the kids.
But what you're doing is the family.
Yeah, so what we do, we supply food boxes for families in food need, and each week we supply them with enough food for 3 meals per day for 3 days. So almost half a week's food for that family. And we didn't discuss how we're sourcing these people. I think that's where we got to. I was saying that we knew the need was there. We'd got the money, but then of course we have to identify where the need is. We were already working with schools, 1 or 2 schools, and we'd on the very small pre-COVID scale that we were operating, and so we knew just how reliable and trustworthy schools are when it comes to identifying need. So we set about expanding our contacts there. And so today we're working with over 30 schools, mostly in and around Norwich, but some as far afield as Great Yarmouth, where there's huge deprivation, and all the way down to East Harling. So it's a Norfolk-wide initiative, but to be fair, most of it is closer to Norwich. And so they identify the need. They will say to us, we've got X number of families and here's the number of people in each household. And we deliver the boxes to the schools, and the schools provide the final leg of the delivery fulfillment, which is beneficial to the schools as well, because it enables them to make a pastoral visit, if you like, to those homes, which can have other benefits for them. and so we're running at around 40,000 meals a week. There's more demand coming in all the while. We can do more, but if we're going to do more, we need more funding. There's the rub, really. You know, we're achieving it for around 50 pence a meal. The government voucher scheme for lunches is priced at £3 a meal, because that's what people have to pay for food if they go out and buy food. But the way we're sourcing food, the way we're distributing food, means that we can deliver this exceptional value. But we can only do as much of that as the funding provides. So clearly, we're looking for more funding. We're also looking for food donations. By that, I don't mean somebody buying a couple of cans of beans extra and bringing it to us. That's not really what we're about, because frankly, that would be too labour intensive for us to deal with all of that. So we don't operate like that, like traditional food banks do. And in any event, it would be much better if that person sent the 80 pence or whatever it is to us, because we can go out and buy food, surplus food, by the ton, and get much better value, more bang for their buck than they're going to get going to the supermarket to buy food to give us. But we have got 2 or 3 major food manufacturers, producers in Norfolk, who are already supporting us very kindly with substantial amounts of free food. There may be others. If so, we would be very, very pleased to hear from them. And of course, you know, money is the key to achieving big things, and big money is the key to achieving big things, but small money is useful as well. We have a motto, we often say we can't do everything, but we must do something. Yeah, so we're sending 3 transit vans to Ipswich every day to source food, because that's where the local hub for surplus food distribution is. And we're picking up over 3 tons of food every day, 5 days a week. Today, I think we had about 3.6 tons in total. And that's a bit of a chore in transit vans. If somebody got a clever solution for that, then that would be of great interest to us.
Lockdown has come into play. You've done over $250,000 in that 10 weeks.
Correct. Yeah.
It's just amazing, isn't it?
By the end of this week, it will probably be 300,000.
And the thing that's sort of ringing in my ears here is you know, you mentioned the places like Great Yarmouth. We could go to Lowestoft. Everybody's going to have this issue. So potential for scalability is if we can connect up with people in those towns who might want to do a similar thing, would be worth asking for as well. Well, look, I'm going to thank you for your time today, because I think we'll keep this as relatively short as it is in terms of, hopefully it's got people's attention. And we'll put underneath whatever post we're doing, the ways that people can get in contact, maybe directly with you, or as near as directly with you, if they want to offer these different supports, or to find out more and ask some questions of what's going on, if that makes sense.
That's brilliant, John. Really appreciate it.
No problem.